From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Wednesday, June 1st, 2022. I'm D. Ray Knight. This is what's going on. Here is the latest on the war in Ukraine. The Biden administration is sending Ukraine a small number of high-tech, medium-range rocket systems. Ukrainian leaders have been begging for the critical weapons as they struggle to stall Russian progress in the Donbas region. The U.S. plan tries to strike a balance between the desire to help Ukraine battle ferocious Russian artillery barrages while not providing arms that could allow Ukraine to hit targets deep inside Russia. In an essay for the New York Times, President Joe Biden says the administration is not encouraging or enabling Ukraine to strike beyond its borders. The rocket systems are part of a new $700 million package of security assistance from the U.S. In news closer to home, an early morning traffic stop ended in an officer-involved shooting in Rapid City on Tuesday. At around 4 a.m., an officer tried to make a traffic stop in north-central Rapid City. When the driver did not stop, a pursuit began and went until police were able to stop the woman in southeastern Rapid City. Police say they blocked the vehicle driven by a 31-year-old woman on Terrace Street, and that's when she began to drive toward an officer. At that point, the officer fired several rounds at the car, striking the driver. The officer started first aid and called an ambulance. At last report, the woman was at the hospital in critical condition. No officers were hurt. There was another crash on Highway 16 yesterday. Amy Rose has the details.
The Highway Patrol and local law enforcement say injuries were reported in a two-car crash on Highway 16 Tuesday afternoon. The crash happened on the westbound side between Reptile Gardens and Bear Country. The patrol says a 78-year-old woman driving a 2010 Buick LaCrosse was heading eastbound on Highway 16 when she veered right, hitting the guardrail. The car crossed the median, hitting a 2017 Santa Fe Sport driven by a 66-year-old man with a 65-year-old female passenger. The 78-year-old woman received life-threatening injuries in the crash. It was the second crash within the past 24 hours on Highway 16. 4 people were hurt in a Memorial Day crash on the highway.
A South Dakota judge has delayed the release of affidavits in the child pornography investigation of banker and philanthropist T. Denny Sanford. Minnehaha County Judge James Powers said in an email that the affidavits will remain sealed until parties in the case seeking to unseal them have a chance to submit written briefs. Affidavits are submitted by law enforcement officers when they ask judges to issue search warrants. Sanford attorney Stacey Heggie asked Power in an email Monday to keep the affidavit sealed or at least be given additional time to seek relief from the South Dakota Supreme Court. In national news, investigators are trying to determine why an exterior door at Robb Elementary School did not lock when it was closed before a gunman used it to get inside and kill 19 students and 2 teachers. Investigators initially said a teacher propped the door open before 18-year-old Salvador Ramos entered the school in Uvalde, Texas on May 24th. Travis Considine, spokesman for the Texas Department of Public Safety, said Tuesday that investigators have determined that the teacher propped the door open with a rock, but removed it and closed the door when she realized a shooter was on the campus. But the door did not lock. The teacher has not been identified. President Joe Biden is meeting with baby formula makers to try and ease the current shortage. Chrissy Davies has more.
President Joe Biden is set to meet with infant formula manufacturers as his administration works to ease nationwide shortages. The administration's strategy calls for importing foreign supplies and using the Defense Production Act to speed domestic production. The White House says Biden will host a roundtable Wednesday with manufacturers including ByHeart, Bubs Australia, Reckitt, Perrigo Company, and Gerber. Not on the list is Abbott Nutrition, whose Michigan plant was shut down in February over safety concerns, sparking the U.S. baby formula shortage. U.S. regulators and Abbott announced an agreement last month that would help pave the way for reopening the plant, though production has not restarted.
A bison has gored and killed a 25-year-old woman in Yellowstone National Park. A park statement says the bison was walking near a boardwalk at Black Sand Basin, just north of Old Faithful, when the woman approached it on Monday. She got within 10 feet before the animal gored her and tossed her 10 feet into the air. The woman, from Grove City, Ohio, sustained a puncture wound and other injuries. Park officials say it's the first reported bison goring this year. Park regulations require visitors to remain more than 25 yards away from bison. Bison are unpredictable and can run 3 times faster than humans. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Mostly sunny today with a high of 66. Tonight's low, 44. And that was your Daily Slice for Wednesday, June 1st, 2022. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose and Chrissy Davies. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.